It's
You boys.
Mad Men Sports.
Guess who's back?
Oh, who's this handsome man to my right?
Again.
Looking good.
You guys hyped it up. I'm back. They got me out of my hole.
We knew he would be.
Do you want to still be called Diamond Dave?
It's the only thing I know.
I hear that you changed it legally to Diamond Dave. Is there any truth to that?
Yes, Mom, I did. One of our 3 followers.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Hell yeah.
whoa.
More than 3.
We have at least 1,200.
Nope. 1,166.
We'll have 1,200 at the end of this one.
I hope so.
We lost 5?
So many.
Because I wasn't here.
People weren't riding with the fact that my grandfather died, so they said, we're out.
They're like, nah, man, fuck this.
Actually, I could
This is
probably
a cover-up story.
I could probably count which 5 it was.
Shit.
So what have you guys been up to?
Damn.
Nothing much,
You had
man.
that many burners?
No, my grandfather.
So now what's happening here is
Deactivated his Google
the
account.
entire world is watching you laugh about your grandfather being dead.
It's been a
R.I.P.
year.
It has been.
Let's get with the times.
Which was like 2 months, or like 2 weeks ago to a year.
And they didn't see him again for 14 months.
Damn.
The hiatus begins all over again.
Also, in 2 more days, 1 year of me being back at home.
Now the world knows that too.
I'm back, baby. We're back.
You are
No, I don't.
It's honestly, we're giggly. We're happy.
There
to be
is
back
no
to our-
shame.
We're happy to be back
Couldn't be happy.
to our Mad Men ways. This is it. This is our bread and butter.
It's good to be back, guys.
This is our ground level podcast right here. The 3 of us, the 3 amigos.
The gosh darn mother effing boys.
Did you ever get that water, Jake?
No,
You
no.
didn't say anything.
I said yes, please, water.
I was up the stairs. I'm sorry. I was like, oh shit, they didn't say anything, and then I don't want them to have it and then not drink
I'm
it.
so
The
thirsty.
Patriots resigned Devin McCourty.
There we go. Oh,
Yeah, Devin McCourty back with the Patriots. You know who's speaking of back with the Patriots? Guess who's back with the Buccaneers? Wasting another Sunday.
That jackass.
Tom Brady back
waste
again.
of space.
How?
It was planned the whole time.
50 days to
I
the hour.
think he ultimately wanted to trade. It didn't happen, so he came back. He was always coming back.
Deflategate 2.0?
Does that take the Bills out of the running for Gronk?
Yes.
Oh, same time. In sync.
Wow,
Jinx,
you guys are
you
100%
owe me
in
a
on that.
soda.
Yeah, I think
We're in yellow.
Gronk's probably
Let
having
me
dinner
drink.
at Brady's house right now.
Yeah, a little kiss on the lips.
Whatever. I'm not mad.
No.
Do you think he can convince him to do one more year?
Yeah.
Gronk's definitely coming back.
Imagine you're Tom Brady. You're coming back out of retirement just to lose to the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl.
That's what we really thought.
I think the only story that'll be
time.
had there is that Tom Brady's in the Super Bowl. It has nothing to do with us. I think the way the media is, they will love the fact that Tom Brady's in the Super Bowl.
Oh, they would love that. Okay.
I mean, he's got an easy path. What is the problem? Why wouldn't he not come back?
no one's in the NFC East.
Russell Wilson left. NFC West.
He's in Denver now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to move far. Only one time.
There's
zone.
2 quarterbacks in the NFC, maybe 3 that scare me.
Who we got?
Aaron.
Stafford, Rodgers, and Brady.
Really? Not a Kirk Cousins guy. Huh?
All old heads.
Do you know he's 52, 52, and 3?
Kirk Cousins?
The craziest thing about that stat is he's tied
Three
thrice.
times. I think. Let me just look it up. real
He's
quick.
tied.
Washington had a couple of
thrice.
ties in my lifetime.
The
Donovan,
Commanders.
that's Donovan McNabb, though.
The Commanders. Horrible. What do you think of the Commanders? The name.
I think all names are dumb at first. I think we'll all get used to it.
I don't mind.
Diamond
the
Dave
Commanders.
was never dumb.
I don't think I mind the Commanders.
I could care less.
I feel like I disrespected Kyler Murray. He's still pretty good, right?
No.
No, I think he'll be out of the league, and you could probably quote me on that. I don't think he lasts long. That playoff game was bad. Okay, he's 59, and 2.
Twice, not thrice.
That's still really
That's so
ridiculous.
That's
Is the
who's that Bills coach that always did 8-8? That Dick Duran.
Duran?
Mike Mularkey, you name it.
All of them?
The 2000 Bills.
Yeah, I think it's Dick Duran.
Yeah. So it wasn't Shane Gailey.
Chan Gailey was just a bad coach. Mike Mularkey was actually pretty good. Just never had a quarterback. And Rex Ryan sucked.
Josh Allen's 39 and 22 in career games.
That's crazy to me. Coming from, he's been on the Bills his entire career. So that means the Bills have had a
At
quite
least.
great winning record. God bless.
Better than losing, that's for sure. Pull that up against Tyrod Taylor. It's probably closer than you think, actually. Tyrod a plus. Do you guys think Tyrod's a plus 500? Just not without thinking about it. Do you think he's a plus 500 Bills quarterback?
Yeah.
No. Well, he did
Made
lead
the
us to a
playoffs.
playoff.
9 and
So
7
that's
at
not a
least,
7.
right?
Yeah, he's
He
probably
started
500.
twice or 3 years?
3 years.
3
One
years.
with 2 with Rex Ryan.
He's above
one-
500.
No, he's probably below 500. If he played 2 seasons, if he was starting quarterback for 2 seasons,
Might as well just look.
I'll look for it, but I think it's under.
it's close, but
it's
he's
under
under
500.
500.
See?
Because what is the 8-8? It was obviously like the benchmark. So he didn't go 8-8 those 2 seasons. I think they went 6-10 one year.
I'm struggling.
6-10
I
would
don't
get
wanna-
back to even.
Before I look it up, I
and
don't.
8-8, or he could be very much 500. I can see that.
For sure, he could be a 500 quarterback. I'm going to go with 1 game under as a Bill quarterback.
Under or over?
Real quick. So,
Nope.
Kirk Cousins, $35 million guaranteed for 1 year.
Next year, yep.
That's insane. He is an okay quarterback.
Dog water.
He is underrated.
He's
I'll give you that.
500.
He's also got some pretty good receivers.
Oh, that means I was right.
If Adam Thielen is still there. Is Adam Thielen still there?
Yes.
Yep. And so is Irv Smith, who I think will have a good year.
Tyrod
And Kirk Cousins.
is 500.
Okay, his career or as a Bills quarterback?
As a Bills quarterback.
As a Bills quarterback, he is 22-20. 2 games
Damn.
above. His seasons with the Bills were 7-6, Matt Castle. But that was a win game, but who cares? 7-6, 7-8, 8-6.
Oh, yeah. I was assuming that he's always played full seasons.
He had a rib thing a little bit. Mm-hmm. As a career quarterback, he is 26-25-1. That tie was with the Browns.
How did we get stuck on Tyrod?
Just the last quarterback.
Shooting it, man. Who do you guys want to back up now that we have a backup quarterback dilemma, I guess? Empty quarterback room besides Josh Allen. Who do you want to be your number 2 quarterback?
Ooh.
I don't think it matters, to be fair.
Ooh, I have an
It truly
answer.
doesn't. But
Season's over with or without Josh Allen. Or
I
without
think
Josh Allen.
Mitch Trubisky's back.
I don't think there's a chance. The Colts need a guy.
Steelers need a guy.
You just named 2 teams that definitely need him.
we're back, baby.
We're talking ourselves out of
I think
this.
Marcus Mariota is going to be going somewhere like that, and
I could see him here, actually, now that you bring him up. I think Marcus Mariota could end up as a backup.
I
here.
think Mariota plays exactly like Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. I just think Trubisky's back. I think he's got too much chemistry with Josh Allen.
Do you think that he's going to waive starting quarterback money just to hang out with Josh Allen?
I think he's going to see how the market is. I think the Colts have a plan in place. It's not main Mitch Trubisky.
They're not going with Sam Ellinger. Come on. I think Trubisky, you saw the...
Well, Garoppolo is still an option for a lot of teams. I think with Brady, that shuts down one team that's going for a quarterback.
I don't disagree. However, he is the top free agent quarterback.
He is.
Yes.
But I think
Now, let me run it back even further. You saw the Chicago Bears offense this year, right? And he took that Chicago Bears offense to the playoffs the year prior.
Well, it's not. Daryl Mooney was really good. They didn't have Daryl Mooney. He didn't have any receivers the year he was there. He didn't have any weapons.
And he took
Still.
that to the playoffs.
I know. So I don't know my point, but
We're back.
Listen, no, it's not no problem there. I'm talking it through. That's how we should do it, you know? We should talk it out.
I'm loving this.
Maybe we talked ourselves out of it. I mean, we're talking ourselves into it.
Is John Brown going to be cut by the Buffalo Bills?
John Brown's he called
I was right about that.
He called it. And I called Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis is getting cut?
No, I called him being the stud of that draft. Fuck. Dave, we haven't talked to you since that game, man. I've had a hard time looking at you in the
I was in a different state. I didn't.
True, you were actually in Tampa.
Wasn't
scouting
my
Tom
fault.
Brady. What do you think, man? How was that game? No, you were home for that game.
I was in Tampa.
He's in Tampa.
For the Patriots game, you were in Tampa. You were home for the Kansas City game.
True.
No.
That was your
Yep.
week off.
Yep, you were home for that.
Speech, please, Ronald. Yeah, I was. I was home.
What did you think of that game?
I thought it bring back.
13
You know when you're in
seconds.
war and like
No.
No, never been actually.
you get the CTE.
No.
Nope.
It's
We should tread
Never
lightly.
played in the NFL
Tread
either.
lightly. Tread lightly.
it just
tread
it
lightly.
brought back all the memories of
PTSD.
old games of Bills games. It wasn't shocking to me.
Someone cue Fortunate Son by
I guess the
CCR.
thing I want to ask you, who do we blame for that? I don't know why people are blaming special
Sean
teams so
McDermott.
much. It's okay to talk about.
Sean McDermott. Blaming Sean McDermott.
It's on McDermott. From everything I've gathered, he wanted to kick it out of the end zone. I think that should have been a squib kick. The special teams coordinator wanted it to be a squib kick. The special teams coordinator within the month resigned
To Jacksonville.
and went to Jacksonville.
Telling.
Very telling. I think it's on McDermott. What do you think, David?
I think everyone's given the defense a pass. They let up two really big plays. It was the biggest plays this season.
To be fair,
Look at
they were doing
defense
what McDermott told them to do. They were
Okay, so
playing
I mean, what do you
outside.
do? You're not going to fire McDermott.
Or
Or we
could.
get on that train and we start becoming a Fire McDermott podcast until we win the Super Bowl. He gets a pass once we start winning the big ones.
for 1 year.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Tremaine Edmonds. I've always said that.
He's not the head coach.
He's not the head coach,
He
but
should be.
So we not
I
fire
think
him?
Tremaine Edmonds needs to be held. No, you
Held
don't.
accountable.
You don't
He's-
fire him.
He's not the kicker. He's not calling the plays.
Hack.
Hawk.
He's a hack.
He's a hack.
Oh, okay.
We coined that ahead of time, wrongly.
but oh so right.
Matt Hawk
Hack.
for you at home, hack to us. Got his contract restructure, which opened about $1 million in cap space and no guaranteed money.
TV's off.
Thank God.
That should break it down so that
Nope. Just
There
leave
was
it
a
off.
big conversation
Leave
before
it
this that
off.
I'm distracted by the TV too much. Do you guys agree?
I didn't even notice it was off.
Neither did I.
So I'll say this. I think that they're bringing in a punting competition, which I think is advantageous for everybody.
1,000%.
Which I think competition breeds it. And they gave him way too much and too many guaranteed years to a guy that was
From the Dolphins.
in Miami,
It's just
a losing organization.
it's funny because it's like
And
Brandon
still-
Beane woke up yesterday and is like, I need to make sure this punter doesn't get paid that much. That needs to be the first priority because he hasn't done much.
I think he's been thinking about it all year.
Do you want to know which should have been the biggest priority?
Yeah, I have my
Danielle
answer.
Hunter.
Danielle Hunter?
Whatever.
Uh,
It looks like Danielle.
he and my friend, and I have one. We talked about, do you trade a first for him
No.
or Fletcher Cox?
Second.
Nope.
I thought we weren't talking about that. Get it? Get it? The joke. Never mind. Cox. Yeah.
Speaking of Zach Ertz,
Hey, oh.
he signed a 3-year deal with Arizona, so he is not on the market.
I didn't know he ever was.
I think Gronk might be off the market too with the Tom Brady news.
Yeah, I mean,
Which I
Evan
hate.
Ingram.
We never
There's
needed
rumors
him.
of him. Do you guys want him?
Yes. Especially without Beasley. He spent most of his time in the slot last year. Something like 86%.
Daniel Jones throwing him the ball
Hold on, let's get back to where we were here with Danielle Hunter.
all over the place.
So we have Chandler Jones, Fletcher Cox, Danielle Hunter, 3 guys on the D-line that the Bills are rumored to be interested in. What do you guys think about that? 2 are by trade, 1 if by land.
Any of those would be nice to have on a football team. But specifically, we cannot, and I've said this 100 times, I'll say it again. We cannot keep putting assets, capital into the defensive line. All of McDermott's tenure with the Buffalo Bills has been centered around stuffing that defensive line to no fruition. I'm very close to wondering whether or not he knows what a defensive lineman is or looks like. So,
I like Oliver, to be fair.
sure, 1 out of at least 12 that he's brought in.
So
Jordan Phillips. I liked him.
Was he a signed by McDermott guy
Mid-
I believe so. Yes.
Mid-season.
and then got rid of him?
So
brought him back for
and
a
there's
year.
talk of Shaq Lawson coming back, but like there was. If you look at McDermott's defensive line in Carolina, he never had a guy that stood out. He never had a guy that had over 8 sacks, and I know that from Jeremy White actually.
Really?
Thank you, Jeremy.
Jared Allen, never there?
He never had Jared Allen in Carolina.
Yeah.
He was Minnesota, and I don't think Carolina.
Jared Allen, never in Carolina.
He was definitely Minnesota, and
Definitely Minnesota.
If you give me a minute, I will think of the other team.
You don't have to. I'm right here.
Put 3 black chips on it, buddy.
All in.
I'll put a joker on it.
Damn.
Maybe I'm thinking of Julius Peppers, but
You're thinking of Julius Peppers. Jared Allen was Kansas City and Minnesota.
Dun 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 dun. Dun,
1 year in Chicago. Ooh,
Did you get it?
Carolina.
Are you winning, son?
12 games in Carolina.
How many sacks did you have?
In 2015, will I be damned?
Nothing happened before 2016.
Well, my point is
He only had
sack.
2 sacks, which that wasn't the thing that I was aiming for. I was aiming for just whether or not he was there.
So no, I don't think we should get him because you put so much
Or
stock.
69.
You put so much stock in Boogie Basham, Greg Rousseau, Epinenza, however you say his name.
And Oliver.
Vanessa, but yes, I was there.
You need to focus on those guys. You can't keep. You got to write it out with Rousseau, and like you're probably going to get Jerry Hughes back, right? I would assume he comes back.
Yes.
I don't think he does.
If he doesn't, why doesn't he just retire? Why would?
He's ring chasing
And
for money too.
Harrison Phillips, I would think is coming back.
I'd like to think him back, but I don't know if he does. What do you guys think about that? Let's make it a topic. Jerry Hughes, Harrison Phillips, Mario Addison. You have to pick one.
Jerry Hughes.
Mario Addison.
You have to go.
Look at us.
Harrison Phillips.
I honestly believe Harrison Phillips. Look at us.
I think Mario Addison
Let's
was our best defensive
speak it.
lineman last year, including Ed Oliver. I think Mario Addison was a beast.
I don't disagree that he was our best pass rusher last year. I think Ed Oliver eventually surpassed him, but I think as a whole, he was our most effective. Why do you think Jerry Hughes?
I think he still has a lot of gas in the tank. If we refer back again to the Tyler Dunn piece, big vocal part of this Bills
Yeah, he
team.
almost beat the hell out of Stephon Diggs in the locker room.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. And I don't think he
Not
just
that
walks away, especially being so damn close.
I guess I'm just confused on why he's not signed yet. I
Was he
thought Jerry
closer the
Hughes
year
would be a
before?
guarantee.
Closer to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I would say that we're closer this year because we didn't win it last year.
How do you balance that, guys? Do you balance the fact that you could have beaten? Is the hurdle Kansas City or is the hurdle the NFC Championship game, AFC Championship game?
Kansas City.
So even though that you were closer with Kansas City this year, would you call it closer to being to the Super Bowl, or would you call the year before, even though they were 3 scores away from beating Kansas City?
Maybe I misunderstood your question. I thought you meant what is a harder task, Kansas City or the NFC opponent?
What do you see closer, the year before when they were in the AFC Championship game but getting blown out by Kansas City, or
This most recent year.
this most recent year where you were almost beating Kansas City like by 13
Because
seconds?
we would have steamrolled.
Well, I think it's this year.
What do you think was
I
closest?
think it's this year because the AFC was a lot weaker. We were all saying Tennessee is one of the worst number 1 seeds
And they
in
lost.
history. So I think this year you were closer. I think this is probably the closest, your best chance. And I mean, I don't want to talk about what
Did
we're
you
going to
say
do
this year as well?
Yeah, 1,000%. We would have steamrolled the Bengals.
I think last year was closer. The year prior when they were in the AFC Championship game.
Do you have any reasoning?
Yeah, because they were 9-0, right?
Sure.
Mahomes was hurt. And the game after that, he was hobbled all over the field, right? Against Tampa Bay. They scored 9 points in that game. I think it was 38-9. It was a blowout Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think you had Trey White.
Sure.
You know, Gabe Davis, Cole Beasley, Stephon Diggs, John Brown. You had a really good bunch there. The running backs weren't anything special then either. I feel like, Darrell Williams was playing much better last year than this year. I feel like the year prior, you had a better shot.
But you're telling me that you just don't watch the Bills stomp the Patriots, putting almost 50 points
Whoa.
up.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it.
No.
this year.
I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
You stomp the Patriots, and you have the most electrifying playoff game probably in NFL history. And you're telling me that you're gonna roll into the Bengals are gonna roll into Buffalo for an AFC Championship, and you're not gonna have any doubt that the Bills are absolutely gonna demolish the Bengals.
You guys are going to laugh at me. I think they matched up poor against the Bengals.
I think we would have.
On defense.
I think
Because I think
Roll.
Jamar Chase is a tough matchup without Trey White.
I think you missing
Steamrolled.
Yeah. You missing Trey White's a huge piece that wasn't talked about enough.
Cool. He scores 3 touchdowns, 21 points. You still put up 40 points.
I'm not saying the offense doesn't do their dirty work, but the same offense that stood up with you also got stood up by that pass rush by the Bengals. Sometimes You had to play a whole other game just to get to the Super Bowl.
Steamrolled.
You had to play a whole other game just to get to the Super Bowl.
I'm nothing but 1,000%
The last game,
confident.
you just needed another quarter. You need another 10 minutes of good football to get to the Super Bowl.
I still say our weakest part of the whole season was the pass rush. And I know what you're going to say. Then why don't you go out and get Fletcher Cox or this Hunter guy? Because you spent so much time on Rousseau. I think Rousseau is going to be the guy.
I made a point in our group chat the other day that I do stand by. I stand on it, and I'll die on it, honestly. I don't think you touch the defense this year. You put it all into the offense.
Well,
score 100,000 points.
You need a corner.
And you're probably going into week 1 next year without Trey White. Probably doesn't come back till October. Yeah.
Is that real?
Probably. What?
12 months?
Then why doesn't Levi Wallace signed yet?
Money. Dane Jackson will be
Is
the guy.
Levi Wallace checking to see how much he gets on the open market?
Yeah, and he's probably going to get paid. J.C. Jackson will be gone quick, and then after him, he's a top 3 corner on the market.
So actually, something I want to ask that's not on your yellow piece of paper is...
I haven't done anything.
And I wasn't on the last couple podcasts, as the world knows.
I think they've noticed.
They be asking.
Who's the big guy that's talking to the Bills? I don't know if you guys talked about this or not.
The big guy talking on the... What do you mean?
The rumors of...
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
The rumors of what?
The free agent guy
veteran.
wants to reaching out to the Bills.
I think I know who it is, to be fair. And I think you know who.
I'm thinking Chandler Jones. I think that because of the Syracuse connection and because he wants to win.
I think I uncovered who it is. Who do you think it is? 'Cause I think I'm a little bit more sturdier on my end.
And did you guys discuss this already?
No.
Mildly, but not with vigor as I have.
I'm going to go with Chandler Jones as well.
There's 2 for what it's worth.
Is Matthew Judon free agent? No. Then
He'd be dumb to let him go.
Yeah. So,
Well,
Chandler.
effing sucked in the second half of the season.
Freaking sucked.
Josh Allen schooled him every game.
Oh.
I think I know who it is, and I'll tell you guys who it is.
Who is it?
It's big names, okay? Focus on that. I think the one is J.C. Jackson. And I think it was kind of been written off that he probably can't make it happen because of the money. Mm-hmm. And the second one I don't like. But dollars to dollars, you might end up with him over Mario Addison, and it's Jason Pierre-Paul.
I hate that.
He's got one hand.
Well, he's got 1.5 hands.
And let me just pull up JPP stats. I don't mind
Also his-
Jason Pierre-Paul.
So
age?
with knowing what you know today with Tom Brady, don't you think he pulls his name out of the hat right away and goes back to Tampa?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can you let me know his age?
He's 33.
I thought he'd be much older.
His best years are behind him.
Oh, yes.
He was 21 when he was winning Super Bowls, to be fair. His best year was when he was 22. He was an early bloomer. Then he lost, some...
You want to know who's also going to be an early bloomer? Tremaine Edmonds.
No, Jason Pierre-Paul had 2 interceptions 2 years ago. Think about that for a second.
Also had an interception.
One hand catches.
Who's throwing those things?
Greg Rousseau.
Let's go into sacks for him last couple years. 2.5 last year, 9.5 the year prior.
Interesting. What a
Year
steep
before
drop.
that, 8.5. So his rolling averages are okay. Do you bring him on in the rotation? Does he add to you?
I would hate it.
Okay, and then let me look into Jerry Hughes real quick here.
I don't bring him on.
Weren't you an advocate for Mario Addison? Okay, we'll get to him in a second too. Jerry Hughes, 34, 2 years older, I believe. And his sack numbers last year,
Yeah.
It's like 3.
2, 4.5, 4.5.
Yeah, but
Last
the
3 years.
team leader was, 6?
He's
not
a
really
great
the
leader,
same.
but he's not. He shouldn't be depended on anymore.
I think
No,
it's time
I
to
don't
let
think
him.
you should be dependent
I think
on
it's
either.
I like Jerry Hughes. I think it's time to let him go.
Take a reduced role, buddy.
Last year, Mario Addison had 7 sacks.
Our leader, I believe.
7, 5,
No,
9.5. What do you guys think? And what did he do in the playoffs? What did Mario Addison do in the playoffs? I can pull up his playoff stats right here.
Well, I don't think we sacked Mahomes at all.
No.
He might
Last
have got
year,
Brady.
0. Year prior, 1.
Mac Jones gets sacked like thrice.
I think he got
3 times?
Yeah, I think Ed Oliver
Remember
got
that
twice.
third and
Oh, yeah,
16?
yeah,
He got sacked out of field goal range.
Yeah.
Harrison Phillips.
See, a guy like him, I would bring back.
That's why I think Harrison Phillips would be the guy you bring back. He's a locker room glue guy. He's part of the process.
And I also, I don't know. I don't know what money. I don't know anything about money for him, but I would get rid of Starr.
You can't.
I
With his
agree.
contract.
I can
right?
pull that up
Something
too.
like that.
Relax. I can pull it up.
I don't know if you lose money or you have to pay him
I think
regardless.
you lose like $6 million. Like
Then
it's
get
dead
rid of him.
cap. No, dead cap.
Trade him.
Star had 3 sacks last year at the D tackle spot, which is
Decent.
tough. Alrighty, I'm gonna pull it up here. I think this has to be his last year of any deals, right? No. Wow. Okay, you have a potential out with him here.
Phillips or Star?
Star Latulelele. I hate when they go Latulelele.
Tulelele.
No, but Latule, all right, he's got a dead cap of 7.7.
Even worse than I thought.
Yeah. But his cap hit is 9.2. You save about $2 million there, right?
True.
Let me just make sure I get all the details here.
If he retires, theoretically, is
He
he
will-
still
he will.
Jerry Hughes.
No. Star.
He
Theoretically,
should.
theoretically, if he retires, does he still count against the cap?
Whatever's guaranteed to him, he does. He
Cap
gets
savings of 1.5 mil.
Let's make him retire.
Pre 6-1 release. If you trade him,
That's a whole free agent right there.
you get $4 million. And if you cut him, if you cut him after June 1st, you get 4.1.
So they're just waiting.
Do you think so?
I don't think so.
You trade him after 6-1, you get 6.6 back.
Bean doesn't seem like the type that waits for dates. If he doesn't want you on the team, you're not on the team.
You don't think his wife ever made him wait?
No. No, he's a good looking
Mormon.
dude.
Is he? No.
No, he's not. It was a joke.
Nothing
So-
wrong with Mormon, but I think that's out of left field.
The other question I was going to ask you guys,
Song?
Barkley or McCaffrey, do you guys want any of that?
No.
I asked about the defensive side, not about the offensive side.
Throw the ball 150 times.
Well, you
And
can with McCaffrey. McCaffrey's actually caught 100 passes.
Isn't he always hurt?
See,
That's the conversation we're having.
let me jump right back into this since we're on the offense. We'll come back to it, actually. Keep going. I if I have one, I want a 5th round pick for Saquon Barkley. 5th round pick, Saquon Barkley. I'll
That's
do it.
not happening. He's on his
came out-
rookie deal.
Graziano came out today and said that you could get him for a mid-round pick.
Well, then do it.
Jesus, man, stop yelling at me. I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy.
Yo.
Yankees acquired Josh Donaldson and trade Gary Sanchez.
Gary Sanchez, you fat, stinky
Easy.
boy.
So you're telling me right now that we can get a 5th.
Liberated.
We can get a 5th for Barkley.
That's what Dan Graziano
Get
said.
it done.
Dan Graziano said that you can get him for a mid-round pick.
Why do we want?
Why wouldn't you?
Would he?
Why do we want
I mean, you got
Matt-
the Dable connection.
Stop it.
Why do we want
Stop
Matt
it.
Bartley back?
You do have the Dable connection, and I have to ask you: does Dable hate running backs if he's trading a running back already?
Well, no matter who was going to be there, everyone had the idea that Barkley was done there.
Matt Barkley's in Tennessee.
I'm a fool.
But you don't want McCaffrey, even with you have a Carolina connection too.
I do not want McCaffrey
I
just because his
don't
money is
want-
ridiculous.
His money is ridiculous.
Any of them?
and that's why I'm out. And,
So-
and for that reason, I'm
I'm
out.
out. Okay. Sure.
Actually, with the money, it's pretty unrealistic with the Bills situation, right?
Probably. You could probably move dollars for dollars, Star Latule for a Christian McCaffrey type deal.
I say throw Star, Cole Beasley, and a 3rd and get fucking Barkley.
Do you want a COVID outbreak in Carolina?
Can I tap in here real quick?
No, New York.
Can I tap in here real quick? You don't need to do all that for that. And since we brought up Beasley again, I did want to bring this up. If you cut him probably tomorrow. If you're going to do it, if you're going to cut him tomorrow. You get $6.1 million back.
Cut the guy. What is the problem?
And that number does not change throughout the offseason.
Cut him in 3 days.
Now with Isaiah McKenzie,
Cut him and make him wear a mask.
Which, boys, I know we had to restart. I don't know if we brought up the Isaiah McKenzie thing, and we're 20 minutes into this thing?
We're 29 minutes, and
Yeah,
we should wrap
okay.
this up semi soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like rendering problems?
Yeah.
Okay. So Isaiah McKenzie signs 2 years, $8 million, $4 million a year. Does that close the book on Cole Beasley with his 6.1 that you can get back there?
The writing's on the wall, the theoretical wall. There's no real writing. You don't give him that much. Oh, don't do that to me. You don't give him that much money, Isaiah McKenzie, to also have to float around Cole Beasley. So I think he's gone. Whether it's by trade, whether he's cut, doesn't matter. I don't care.
Does the Cooper trade value hurt Cole Beasley's trade value?
No, I
Amari
don't
Cooper, you're referring to?
think that they are anywhere near the same player. So I don't think.
How so? Who do you think's better?
If you're going by that, Cole
Amari
Beasley
Cooper.
needs to be better. He's an all-pro.
Amari Cooper is
So
by far
exactly,
better.
and then Amari
and
Cooper
a better
going for a
prospect,
fourth.
younger.
And for going for a fourth, don't you think that diminishes Cole Beasley's value to maybe a seventh?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm agreeing.
I think that's why you cut the guy. His
Well-
dead cap is 1.5
Do you trade him for a seventh, though?
for 1 year. Do I trade him for a seventh? Yeah, you take all the lottery tickets you can get. The problem here is this team is good. Broncos trading for Russell Wilson, chasing the Bills. Chargers bringing on Khalil Mack, chasing the Bills. They're all chasing the Bills and the Chiefs. Tom Brady coming back.
Don't sleep in Tennessee.
I'm sleeping.
Actually, last time I slept in Tennessee is when I broke in my car.
Dang.
So,
You want to know who else was a 7th round pick, by the way?
you know who also owns land in Tennessee?
I own land in Tennessee.
Brady.
Six rounds.
Shout out to
I was going to say don't sleep in Cincinnati because last time I slept in Cincinnati, I slept on a couch.
speaking
Long story.
of couches.
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
I don't know if I get that either.
It's where I sleep.
He said never mind. He went right in.
That's good delivery. No, but does Isaiah McKenzie close the door on Cole Beasley? And then what do you do with that $6 million? Do you take it on offense or do you take it on defense? You know my answer. I'm all in on offense.
Offense. Throw it on Josh Allen's contract.
Yes,
I don't give a shit.
Cole Beasley's fate is sealed. I don't know. This podcast, the last one. Maybe throw it towards Mitch Trubisky, the $6 million.
Stop it. It's not happening.
That's just
I answered.
not-
I asked that question. Didn't even get a real answer. I said, "Oh, he's got to come back because he likes hanging out with Josh Allen."
We have a better chance of Matt Barkley coming back.
Well, also you have a hole to fill. I mean, what offensive lineman are you losing?
Well, we lost Feliciano. Prayers up.
Bates is a
Thank
free agent, right?
Yeah, but you're gonna bring him back because he's cheap. $3 million for him, maybe. I don't even think he needs.
So you got to spend some money on a free a lineman.
Roger Saffold.
Unless Cody Ford steps it up.
Listen, and with the new
luck.
coach in the O line, Aaron Cromer, it could happen. He is a guru, they say. Eric Wood. I almost said Eric Andre. Eric Wood lives and dies by Aaron Cromer.
Nightmare.
I'll say it's kind of lame. I haven't seen a lot of. There's been no
Thanks, lame.
a lot of people cut. Like, so usually it's
Shit, man. This shit is pretty lame. Why they keep letting
usually
everybody
fun.
go?
There's usually like a whole list of cuts and stuff. It's been lame this year. I haven't seen a lot of movement on the cut front.
Well, Roger Saffold cut. Bobby Wagner cut.
You're not getting either one of those guys. You don't have that kind of money.
Then what are you looking for?
Your career's not going that well if you're getting cut.
I'm just never that happy.
Listen, speaking about being happy, we got to come at you again this week. I'm thinking Wednesday night, boys. What do you think?
I could do Wednesday.
Wednesday is the kickoff. The 16th is the kickoff of free agency. We'll have the TV on and
I'll
rolling.
wear a proper shirt.
Can we live stream?
We don't have to. Not the TV. Yeah, probably. I don't know. We can't do all this, I don't think.
Oh,
No, we probably can't. Oh!
The gabagool.
Zach's been watching Sopranos finally.
Decent.
Meadow.
No,
Yeah.
we probably won't live stream. Unless the Bills do something incredible.
I say screw it. Let's live stream.
We're not going to have anybody on. Like I said,
That's on
if
them.
you think you'll be on at a 9 o'clock live stream on Wednesday night, drop it in the comments. Do you have something to say?
Just be aware you're going to have shitty audio. Which, if that's fine, that's fine.
No, you'll have good audio. We'll be right in your face. We'll do the streaming from the laptop.
Let us know in the comment section.
Yeah, we'll do it if
we
we.
still post this.
Yeah.
No, this isn't going up.
What do you guys do with these things after we're done? If I can get 10 people to say they'll be in our live stream on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll do it. Otherwise, you'll have to wait till Thursday.
I've been gone so long that Stone Cold Steve Austin summoned back to the ring to wrestle.
Self joke.
Who came back quicker?
It'd be wild if we get 10 listeners.
If you get 10 what?
We also put this at
listeners.
the end. So put it in the description. If you don't.
Our mom listens.
She's not live streaming. Take care, guys. Have a good week. We'll speak to you real soon. If there's breaking news this week, you will hear from us.